Okay, friends, here's where we are. Now we're going to practice weaving in the ends because you don't want this like guy to be hanging out here, right? So you always have to weave in your ends. I'm gonna cut out this guy, so I don't need it. But because of the other project I have in mind for my first kit, y'all need to know how to sew two ends together. So if you wanted to join this to make something, whatever, a bag, how would you join this too? First of all, you should use this yarn you should leave a long tail to sew it together. But since I am teaching you, I'm going to use contrast so you could see what it looks like. So if you're using contrast or a yarn not attached to your project, you have to make a knot, right? And then you have to weave in that end. So make sure that it's long enough to weave in. And then if you've never ever sewn anything in your life, this might be hard at first. But if you have ever sewn anything, a button, it's basically the same concept. You're gonna pick up 2 stitches, make sure you don't miss any, and you're gonna run it through, right? So you just have to keep it consistent and stab in the same direction every single time. So this is how I like to sew my things together. If you're using the same color, it would not be visible, right? With orange is visible. So I'm going to do this to the end of the row, as far as it takes me. I'm going to switch this side to the blue. Make a knot on the needle. Now I'm going to do the same exact thing here. Coming from this side is actually easier for me. So I'm doing the same stitch, but you can't see it because it's blue, but I'm going under both stitches. You just have to make sure you're going under both stitches and always pull in the same direction. It could be towards you or away from you, but keep it consistent, right? So now this is what it should look like. And on the other side, you don't see it at all in the blue part and you see it a little in the orange, right? Excellent job. Now we're going to weave in the ends. Here, I'm also going to show you on the orange tip how to weave in the ends. Now, we're going to thread the needle, but we're not going to knot. I'm not going to make a knot, but you just have to be careful not to let it go, right? And then you're going to put the needle through your work in the most discreet way possible. I like to keep to pick the easier side. Here I can go like this. I can do every purl stitch, right? Because this is a garter, so, or the wrong side of a purl, I'm not sure, but this is one way in which I would weave in here, for example. You have to let it go, you stretch it out, right? This is a good way to do it. You don't see it from the outside. If you don't have an outside, but you can do it with the same color, I will do it on the outside, for example, for this guy, right? But since we're using the same color, it's a lot more discreet Again, you go in the needle, you thread, but no, you don't make a knot. And now you weave it into your project as seamlessly as possible. So on this side, I'm gonna go under every other stitch. See how I'm skipping one and I'm doing one, and I'm skipping one and I'm doing one, and then I'm gonna pull it through, and then the whole thing should come through. Take it off the needle, bam. You shouldn't be able to see it much or at all sometimes, depending on many factors. Cut there and you're good, right? You're golden. This is your swatch. Congratulations. This is all I'm here to teach you, and now we're going to apply it by making a project. Thank you for coming.